Amazon potentially being sued later on this month, the two most downloaded shopping apps between Android and iOS, and you may or may not be surprised at who they are. And last but not least, Shopify finds a way to work with TikTok Shop after all. This and more on this week's episode of The Weekly Buzz.
How cool is that? Pretty cool, I think.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Serious Sellers podcast by Helium 10. My name is Carrie Miller, and I'm your host today. And this is our show, The Weekly Buzz, where we give you all of the latest information about Amazon and Walmart and e-commerce in general. We also give you a tip or a strategy that is a strategy for serious sellers at any level. So let's go ahead and see what's buzzing. All right, let's go ahead and get into the first article. Now, the first article here is from the New York Post, and they say here that FTC reportedly may sue Amazon later this month after talks break down. So I don't know if any of you remember or saw that Bradley actually mentioned this a few weeks ago. And so I don't think this is a huge deal. This has to do with the logistics for FBA and basically prioritizing FBA listings, which I think a lot of us probably are already using FBA. So it's not a huge deal for most of us. So basically, the only update with the FTC lawsuit is basically that it's potentially going to be at the end of this month. So we'll have to stay tuned to see what happens. Okay, let's go ahead and go to this second article, which is from TubeFilter. And basically, this is talking about TikTok's way that they're actually going to continue working with Shopify. If you all have been following the Weekly Buzz, basically, in the last few weeks, TikTok Shop has said they were going to kind of part ways with the Shopify storefronts, but TikTok and Shopify have come to an agreement to continue working together. According to this article, you can see in here that Shopify is going to integrate its vending platform into the TikTok Shop Hub. So thanks to this integration, Shopify users are going to be able to access, order, and customer data for TikTok transactions. Of course, they're not going to give you the email addresses of your transactions, which is what most of us want so that we can email follow up with our customers. Their TikTok Shop is actually going to do all of the email communication, like order confirmations, and then also anything about tracking and all of that stuff. So you won't be able to see the email in order to follow up in that way, which is a bummer for a lot of us because obviously we want to see those emails, but that's what the deal is with TikTok Shop. And so I'm curious to know what you all think about that. Do you think that TikTok Shop should kind of allow that information to go through? Of course, we probably all do, but really just something I wish that we could see again so that we could follow up with our customers and just provide that additional kind of touch point. But TikTok, I think a lot of people are doing really, really well. And so a lot of people don't really care as much. I know one of our elite members, when last time I talked to her, and she showed me she was doing 500,000 a month on TikTok Shop. So really, if you're not doing that, you should definitely get on it. You can integrate it with your Shopify dashboard so you can see all of your orders there. And so it makes it a little bit easier. So that is the update with TikTok Shop and Shopify. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the next article. And this has to do with shopping apps. And these two are the most downloaded shopping apps currently, according to data.ai. And this is an article on fool.com, which is kind of funny that we're literally reporting from fool.com. But basically what this is saying is that there are two apps that are the most downloaded shopping apps, and those are Shein and Temu. So I'm curious to know what any of you think of that. Do you think that they're up and coming competitors to Amazon? I know when I've seen things on Shein and Temu, the pricing is quite a bit lower. So maybe some Amazon sellers might be a little bit concerned about that competition. Personally, I am an Amazon seller. I sell in the apparel space, and I'm not concerned because the quality of the products that I'm producing is much, much better. So we have kind of the benefit, even if we're manufacturing in China or other countries around the world, we have the benefit of designing our own products and just making sure that the quality is there. So we do a lot of quality control. I know a lot of us have had those mishaps where we literally order an entire order and don't get the inspection and our entire order is botched. I think that's going to continue to happen with things like Shein and Temu. And so I think that the extra added benefit of Amazon and just our own Shopify sites is that we are going to provide higher quality products, make sure that they're higher quality before they even set sail over to here to the US from wherever they're coming from. And I think also we provide just a different level of customer service that maybe these apps are not going to be able to do. So I really think that there's a lot that goes into it, but in general, we're able to, just give a better experience to the customers. And a lot of people really appreciate that. They appreciate being able to return things easily, being able to have high quality products, and they don't want, cheap stuff. And so I think we're okay. I'm really not concerned. So I'm really curious to know what you think in the comments. Go ahead and let me know. Have you used the apps? What do you think of the quality of the products? Do you think that it's an up and coming competitor of Amazon? I would love to know. So let's go ahead and get to another article here that we have. And this is kind of an interesting kind of turn of events. And the e-commerce space is constantly evolving. And this is from Payments, I think it's called, .com, and it's a news article here, and it says that the e-commerce company Benitago has just filed for bankruptcy. Now, if you don't know, they are actually kind of more of an aggregator, and they started acquiring quite a few brands over, especially during COVID. So you can see they actually raised about 325 million in funding, and so it's quite a bit of funding that they raised. They were, buying a bunch of brands, and currently at the time of filing bankruptcy, they actually have about 7.5 million in cash. So they're basically kind of restructuring their debt, and that's what's going on, and they're kind of getting rid of the liabilities that they have to those creditors. So what's interesting about these aggregators is a lot of them took on a lot of brands. And I know there's probably a lot of you out there that maybe sold off one of your brands, or somebody who sold to one of the aggregators. And what happens is that, they have a bunch, they keep growing really, really fast. They've got a bunch of employees, and, maybe the employees aren't going to care as much about the brand as you do. I know I care a lot more about my brand than anyone else would. And so, it's a very different experience. And I wonder, what the future of the aggregators are, because I know I eventually do want to sell my brand, but I know a lot of us are really kind of emotionally tied to them, want them to do well even after we sell them. So it's interesting. Will it be aggregators, or will it be someone else who's buying our brands? I don't know, but that's obviously the ultimate goal, because our biggest payout is going to be when we actually exit our business and sell it. So it's kind of a bummer to see this kind of thing happening with the aggregators, but I'm curious to know what you think about the aggregator space, and the kind of rapid growth of these aggregators, and kind of almost rapid decline that's happening. So please make sure to leave those comments there. All right, so last but not least, we have an update for Seller Central. And in Seller Central, they have, in the news section, shown that they have a new product in the dashboard that is going to allow you to compare and track prices of products that are similar to your listings, up to 5 similar products. Now, I don't know if any of you have been paying attention to Helium 10, but hopefully you have been, because we actually launched something called Insights Dashboard that is very similar to this. If you can go and just to learn a little bit more about this, they basically say you can add 5 products in here, similar products, and it's going to show pricing. Basically, it's going to show and compare pricing. So Amazon is, I don't know, maybe you're doing a little bit of a similar product to Helium 10. Helium 10's Insights Dashboard already has a competitors section, which is full of great information about your competitors. So not only can you track more than 5 competitors, but you can track their pricing, you can track whether or not they have coupons, you can track it, whether or not they have changed their images or their titles, copies. There's so much that you can actually track using Helium 10's Insights Dashboard. So our dashboard kind of blows this one out of the water. So if you haven't checked that out, you should definitely check it out, especially going into Q4. It's a great thing to take a look at, especially, if some of your competitors really did well last Q4, you can see, what they're doing. Are they adding coupons? What's their pricing? What are they doing? Are they adding holiday images? There's so much that you can monitor without having to literally look at each listing. You can literally go into Helium 10's Insights Dashboard and see all of that great information. So check that out. If you haven't checked it out, it's right when you log in, you'll see the Insights Dashboard pop up right there. Next up, we actually have Shivali, and Shivali is going to give us a little pro training on QR codes and product inserts. And if you have not started utilizing these, this is a great added benefit that Helium 10 has. You can literally create your own QR codes and product inserts within Helium 10, and you can include these with your product so that you can potentially collect email addresses. It really provides additional value. And so I'm going to go ahead and let Shivali explain a little bit more about the QR codes and the product inserts from Helium 10.
Hi there. A good summary of Amazon's flywheel is the more conversions you have, the more positive customer experiences you can provide, the less your return rates, and the better you will be positioned to sell more and more, which I presume is a goal for your business. One way to directly impact that goal is through the use of product inserts. Let me show you how to quickly create a product insert with a QR code inside of Portals. Now, when you're inside of your Helium 10 account, you will want to navigate to Tools and then go to the Marketing section where you can click on Portals. Portals is multifunctional, allowing you the opportunity to do a multitude of different things such as create QR codes, barcode labels, Amazon attribution links, portals as in the websites themselves, and so much more. But for now, let's just talk about product inserts. Whether you are looking to create a brand new product insert for a launch, or even if you want to check in on some stats for an existing product insert, you can do that all from this one page. I'm going to go ahead and select new product insert in the top right hand corner. And as you can see, it gives us a set of categories. You can opt to select a standard insert or a featured insert based on your preference. Each of these comes with a different goal in mind. Let's say I wanted to have my consumers claim a coupon code via a Portals website I built inside of Helium 10, I would be able to select this particular insert. You can also go in and create a product insert to drive engagement for your social media handles. You can also offer your consumers a warranty to capture their information. And of course, for complex products, you can provide step-by-step instructions to decrease your potential return rate and increase their experience of the actual product itself. I'm just going to select warranty activation for now. And as you can see right underneath, it tells you what that particular insert is good for. Let's go ahead and label this Buzz Template. And based off your preferences, you can show this in inches or in centimeters. You can go for a portrait mode or landscape mode, and also select single-sided or double-sided. I'm going to keep this at landscape, show it in inches, and keep it at single-sided. Let's go into dimensions and select 6x4. And click Save and Continue. From there, we can choose our design. This is just personal preference, and you will have the opportunity to customize this, but let's go ahead and just select Sunset because I like this one. Your next step is enabling your QR code. If you already have one built from inside of the QR codes paneling, then that will show up right here and you can just select it. But if you want to create a new one, you can also do that directly from inside of product inserts. I'm going to click New QR Code, in which case then it will allow me to link it to a Portals link, a tracked URL, or an untracked URL. Let's just click Portal Link, and for now, select this paused one. You'll want to select your domain. I'm going to click coffinshelves.com, fix your integrations, and if you don't know how to do this, then you can watch our videos inside of Helium 10 Academy. Let's click Save and Continue, and then design our QR code. And there you have it. On to the last step of designing our product insert. Our QR code has already been inserted. Let's change out some of this text. Insert your super cool brand story, tell your consumers about why you appreciate them, and maybe ask them to leave an honest review. And while we're at it, let's also go ahead and change out this headline. Make sure that you add some personality to this because this is going to have a 100% open rate. Every time somebody opens up your product, they will be taking a look at this. And so the more personable, more attractive that you can make this, the more opportunity you will have to achieve your goal, be it leaving an honest review, be it capturing leads, be it gaining followers on your socials, and more. Since this was just an example, I'm okay with our product insert looking like this, but you will want to take your time on this because this has the potential to significantly change your business. I hope you leverage these tools, and I will catch you next time.
All right. Thank you so much, Chevalier. That was amazing. So if you haven't checked those product inserts and QR codes section out of Helium 10, you should go check it out and make sure that you are doing that. You're leaving money on the table if you are not doing whatever you can to collect the email addresses of your customers. And obviously, all of this is within TOS. Make sure that you're TOS compliant and follow all the guidelines and check that out. And last but not least, we do have something that is a really good resource for anyone who is interested in selling on Walmart. So whether you're interested or you're currently selling on Walmart, we have a Facebook group called Helium 10's Winning with Walmart. So all you have to do is search Helium 10's Winning with Walmart group when you go onto Facebook, and you can click to join that. And I actually go live in there with our Winning with Walmart Wednesday. And we also just answer questions throughout time. And a lot of people that are in there are kind of on the same journey, and everyone's helping each other out and answering questions. So I highly recommend that you check out that Facebook group, and if you haven't, and even if you're just curious about the whole Walmart selling business, you should definitely join the group and just see what it's all about. Other than that, I hope that you enjoyed this week's version of the Weekly Buzz. I was subbing for Bradley. He's on vacation, so hopefully it was up to par, and I will see you all next week, and we'll see what's buzzing.